Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! We haven't done an episode of What Now Colourpop in a very long while. We currently have two boxes from Colourpop. One is that pink pastel collection. I was actually going to use that, but I decided last year that I've had enough with the pastel from Colourpop. So in today's episode of What Now Colourpop, we are going to be taking a look at the You're My Wine and Only collection. I kind of like what it looks like, so I decided to go ahead and create a nice subtle burgundy reddish look for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try doing my whole base before we jump into the routine. So let's go ahead and try that. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I want to try it. Okay, I want to try it. If it doesn't end well, I'm gonna blame you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is my base. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna ruin the base after I do my look, so let's go ahead and jump into this makeup look. Okay, so I'm taking the shade Vinter, and I'm gonna place it on the outer parts of this crease. I expected Vinter to be a lot deeper than it is, but we'll see how it goes. I'm very lightly blending it towards the inner part of my eye, like very lightly like that, but I'm gonna make sure it's concentrated on the outer parts of my eye. Okay, so I'm using the Fenty blending brush number 230 to pack the shade onto my outer corner and also just to blend it lightly towards the inner parts of my eye. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Juvia's Place blender. This is the J115. I want to try the shade and ever so lightly blend the edges of this out. That's why I'm tapping off the excess, because I don't want it to be too intense around the outer parts of my eye. So I'm just going to go in and I went ahead and tried to blend out on this side of my eye, but this shade is not giving the kind of combo I want. For some odd reason, it's deeper. Okay, so what I've decided to do was just to use my brush to blend the edges of this out, because I feel like that would give me a better blend compared to if I just add some more shade to this, because just like the pamphlet said, this palette is a full-bodied pigment palette, because even the lightest shade in here is like deep. Okay, I like this transition better. It looks more natural and exactly how I wanted it. You see that I'm just blowing out the outer edges of this, so it's very soft compared to this one, which whenever I added the shade to it, because I wanted to have this effect, it ended up giving me a bolder effect than what I actually wanted. Okay, like I feel like this is the first bold palette I've seen from Colourpop in a very long time, and I just want to say I'm here for it. And do I want to say thank you, Colourpop? I don't know, but I'm here for it. I feel like Colourpop could be giving us beautiful, deep palettes like this, but for some odd reason, we just keep getting pastels. Okay, Colourpop, if you're watching this, please, more of this, because we can't all just try to finesse a pastel palette every time we go for Colourpop. Okay, I'm gonna fix this eye to blend it out to look like this, because over here I did not put any more powder on the outer edges of it, and I really love how soft it is. I'm going into my Benign Nutmeg setting powder, and I'm going to use it to blend the edges of this out so that it's faded and faint to look like this one. I don't know if I wasn't sleeping, if I didn't sleep well or what, but my eyes are very puffy today. I wasn't planning on cutting my crease, okay? But at this point, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. I'm using the Dark Skin Makeup Daily hand palette in my e.l.f. Rich Chocolate. I'm only doing like a half cut crease today. So when I pick up my eyes, it's giving me Cruella vibes. Do you see it? Or maybe Bugs Bunny vibes. Let me know. I am going into Major Chianti vibes, and I am putting it on the inner part of this cut crease that we did. Okay, now I am gonna go into the shade Blanc, and I'm gonna place Blanc on the inner part of this cut crease. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. I'm gonna go back and blend out Blanc. I always like to use the shimmer shade to blend into the deeper shade before I blend the deeper shade into the shimmer shade. In my opinion, it gives it a beautiful transition. Now, the reason why I didn't bring the deeper shades on the inner part was because even though I wanted this look to be a bit more dramatic, I also wanted it to be a bit more non-dramatic. I don't know. It made sense, okay? This is the BFF liner, and this is the shade Why Not? Why Not? In a question format. I'm gonna go ahead and line my eyes with this. I mean, I like it for the simple fact that it is a burgundy shade liner, and it is not black or brown, but for me, it kind of gives me that light brown, kind of really there, kind of not there, kind of liner vibes, and I am here for it. I'm here for this. Oh, I like this better. We'll call this a half moon crease, a half moon cut crease, because ugh, I can't with the unfinished something of this half cut crease. I prefer this one compared to this one for sure. I prefer this shape a lot better. From now on, we're gonna call this a half moon cut crease. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I'm gonna call it half moon cut crease. Okay, so this is it. I prefer this way better than yeah. So I'm just gonna go in with the mascara I've been loving lately, which is the NARS Climax Extreme Climax mascara. Okay, so at this point you can literally put on your lashes and be done with it if you're not team extra. But if you are team extra, you can definitely go ahead and follow along with this because this is extra. Okay, next I'm gonna apply my lashes. We're using the Bonsu Beauty lashes, and this is the style Ghana. Onto the blush, the main reason why I got so excited to try this collection. Oh, this is a pearlized shade. This is the shade Cheerio. I'm going to use my brush. I know the Super Shock doesn't necessarily come off on the brushes. I've always wondered how people use these things. Okay, this blush is disappointing me. I don't know if maybe because it's pearlized, it's coming off a little bit more like a highlighter because it is pearlized. If it wasn't pearlized, I feel like it would look even better. But I'm just gonna go into our original what is it called, transition shade, and I'm gonna use that as my blush today. I'm so disappointed by that Super Shock. I never really bothered to learn how to use them because of the way they feel. I don't know. It's pretty though. Now that I actually have a substantial blush, I'm gonna go back into this pearlized Super Shock shadow. And I'm gonna use that as a slight or a mild highlighter. That way I don't have to go in with a highlighter. So I decided to go ahead with that neutral lip. I'm gonna use the Propa Beauty lipstick, and this is the shade Closer. I have been meaning to do like lip combos with these lipsticks, so I think we're gonna do that today. So what I'm gonna do is apply a little bit of the dry shimmer oil. Ooh, there it goes. Oh my god, I only wanted like tiny little squirts of it, but looks like we got like a whole pump. Okay, so I went over my lips with the Lancome Juicy Tubes. This is the shade Hit, and I put that over it because I wanted my lips to have a little bit more of a glossy look to it. And this is how finished look, trying out the Colourpop You're My Wine and Only collection. I like how deep the palette is, first of all. Okay, I like the fact that they have deeper shades in the blushes and also in the eyeliner and in the palette. My only problem is that the shades in the palette all blend deep, if that makes any sense, because even the lightest shade in the palette, when I took it to try to blend out my deeper shade, it blended deeper. But I'm not complaining about the deepness of the palettes because Colourpop has been giving us pastel after pastel after pastel, and you know, we finally got a nice deep, dare I say, grungy collection. If you're someone who loves red wine, this collection will be right up your alley. Okay, haven't yet seen my lip swatches for Propa Beauty. It is on my page somewhere. Just search a Propa lip swatch and my video will come right up. Okay, and that's it from me for this episode of What Now Colourpop. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe down below so you don't miss any future uploads from me, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.